There are infinite states of consciousness, and you have to realize that everyone is playing a role in this world because there are infinite states of consciousness, and each and every one, they are just another version of yourself. Greetings to all of humanity. It's really my joy, my pleasure as usual to be greeting you all, bringing this message of emancipation to you by pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. Now I want to speak to you on a topic that was recommended by someone who really wants some clarification to understand what it really means when we say that everyone is a self pushed out. Okay, now to understand that, you have to understand your body, that your body is made up of millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions, if not billions, of cells. And we are told that these cells become tissues and so on. Okay, so too you have to see that all of these cells compact together is what make up the body. And if you can really see that, you can see that humanity is one entity. You see that humanity is one consciousness. And you will realize there's one universal consciousness. No, it doesn't matter a person's nationality or the complexion. Each and every one of us depend on the same air to breathe. Each and every one of us has the same color of blood. In other words, all of us have the same blood. Let me put it that way. All of us have to go to the toilet. There's so many things about us that actually the same. All of us have the same life. So when you understand that as it is within, so is it without, you come to also realize, according to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 11, that everything is actually downloaded within you. And you are beholding an outer projection of that which is within you. So, the rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, the thief, all of that is within you also. You can become a rich man, you can be a poor man, you can be a beggar man, you can be a thief. But it's how you arrange your mind. It's how you decide to vibrate, on what frequency you decide to vibrate by the power of choice. Now, one thing you have to understand that everyone is a self pushed out, you have to understand that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. You have to realize that nothing rests. You have to understand that this whole world that you're seeing is all an illusion. So you're looking at 8 billion people and you see yourself separated from them. But if you can just see yourself as just a little cell, as part of the whole, and see someone else as another cell, as part of the whole, then you will understand what it really means when you say everyone is a self pushed out. And not just everyone alone. Everything you see around you, it's a self pushed out. You see, there's certain things that you can never really know intellectually. You try to reason them from now till the day you die. You will not know them until you have certain experience. It wasn't until I experienced my nothingness When I became one with the wind, that I come to realize that I'm pure consciousness. And that all is consciousness, and that consciousness is the only reality. Everything else you see, it's all illusion, it's imaginary. So it seems like you're seeing 8 different billion people. But you're just beholding different versions of yourself. And that is why you have to appreciate every version of yourself. By understanding life. So you have to actually eat from the tree of life to understand everything is just energy, vibration, frequency, and it's just different frequencies. So the thief is dwelling on a certain frequency. The rapist is dwelling on a certain frequency. The preacher man is dwelling on a certain frequency. The rich man is dwelling on a certain frequency. The poor man is dwelling on a certain frequency. The beggar man is dwelling on a certain frequency. Just infinite states of consciousness, and these consciousness, their frequencies. So when you realize also that we are immortal beings and we are spirits having a human experience, then you will understand what Neville really means when he says that everyone is a self being pushed out. Because there are many people who are wrestling with that. When Neville said that you are everyone is a self pushed out. And I think this is not the first time that someone would have suggested that I speak on it and explain what it really means when you say that everyone is a self pushed out. You just have to think a little bit more deeply and think about something that you need in this world to survive. And you'll see that everyone else needs the same thing to survive. We all need water to survive. Most of our bodies are water. We all need food to survive. We all need air to survive. As a matter of fact, we all need the elements. The 4 elements. And you being the 5th. You're that spirit. So you realize everything is yourself. So we are infinite awareness experiencing itself. And that is why you have to embrace the experience and come to understand that the experience is a dream. And that God is a dreamer in you, and one day you will awake out of the dream. It is because I will have awakened out of the dream. That's why I can tell you it's a dream. And in the dream, there are nightmares. In the dreams, there are a lot of things that will take place that are sad. And in the dream, there are things also that can take place that will make you happy, that will make you glad. So you can accept one part of the dream and reject the other part of the dream. That's what we refer to when we say you have to face reality. You have to realize the law of polarity. You have to understand the law of correspondence. You have to understand the law of vibration. You have to understand the law of mentalism. You have to understand the law of cause and effect. And so you have to free yourself from being trapped in the matrix. Because sometimes you can be so trapped in the matrix that you will ask yourself a lot of questions. Why they are suffering? Why they are pain? Why this happened? Why that happened? But it's all a dream. Because you believe it to be so real that you identify yourself with all of that. But your real identity, as I always teach you, is your divinity. And that is why you have to stay focused by looking inwardly. So if you look inwardly and you allow the inner you which is your intuition, to lead you and guide you. Then it will bring you into more understanding of who you are and why you're here, where you come from, and where you're going. And whenever you find yourself, you find humanity. You find everyone. You understand everyone. You love and appreciate everyone. And you will realize when Neville always said there's no aristocracy, but the aristocracy of the spirit. You'll realize all the hierarchy system that is set up for you, it's all an illusion. You will realize why they have such a thing as a television program. It's to program you. You'll understand why they set up such thing as the police and the army, why they have a governmental system, why they have a school system, why they have a religious system. And all of that is still a part of the dream. And they don't want you to wake up to realize that we are all one. And that no one has power over the other. They don't want you to realize that when you have a thought, it's a vibrational frequency. And even if it takes 1,000 men to make it a reality, it will become a reality because we are all connected. Every one of us are connected. So if I have a desire and I live in thousands and thousands of miles away from someone who lives in, say, in the United States of America, someone who lives in Europe, someone who lives in Africa, someone living in Asia, even if it takes someone from any one of those places that I would have mentioned to work on your behalf to make it possible, it have to work that way because we're one. There's only one universal consciousness. There's only one life. Humanity is one. Therefore, embrace all of humanity by understanding everyone is your own self. For sure, they're just different version of yourself. Because you have so many different thoughts. And you see your thoughts being expressed in different people. Because every personality is because of thoughts. Every action is because of thoughts. So, for the person who would have asked this question, I hope what I would have said, it makes sense to you. Because the most I can say to you is that the things that I teach is all based on my experience and what I would have experienced. And that is why I would always say to you that consciousness is the only reality. And that everything you see, it's all an illusion. So don't get too attached. And that is why also many people can testify of how the law of attraction work for them. It is because we are all connected. It is because everyone is a self pushed out. So let me say this. If what I'm saying to you is really resonating with you and it making sense to you, then it is actually for you. And I would encourage you, if you have a subscriber already, to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. But before I leave you, I want to share with you my experience, which is the single eye message of self-realization, which I'm bringing to you according to Matthew 6:22, which says, if your eye be single, your whole body be full of light. And I'm saying to you, my brothers and my sisters, we are light and God is light. And that light is the very life that is in you. That's why, my brother and my sister, I always say to you, do not let anyone deceive you by making you believe that the symbol of the single eye above the pyramid is an evil symbol. No, it is the symbol of the all-seeing eye of God in you, which is your imagination. It is the all-seeing eye of the prophet. It is the all-seeing eye of the mystics. It's all about you. That eye is in you. And when you awake from the dream of life, you will come to realize why it is said that you shall change from mortal to immortality in a twinkling of an eye. That twinkling of an eye is in the opening of an eye. And where you will awake from the dream of life to come to know who you are and understand the phenomena of life and able to embrace all of humanity. That's why I always give you the symbol of the single eye with my hand above my crown chakra, saying to you that when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. For the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. That's the reason why you're told in Psalm 84:11 that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing which he withhold from you. And the sun has never withhold any good thing from you. As a matter of fact, the sun is what powers all of humanity. Also in Malachi 4:2, you're told that the Son of Righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And truly the sun has risen in me, and I'm bringing healing to all of humanity by pointing you to look inwardly and use your mind power, which is your solar power, your sun power, your God power, your creative power, which is actually the sexual power. Use that power to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.